morning, student. This is the class 9 subject social science. This is chapter 2nd economics, and the topic is people as resource, and this is the lecture first. And student, before starting the lecture, we will recall previous chapter, and in previous chapter we have studied about the story village Palampur and the factor of production, and the factor of production such as land, labor, capital and human capital. And this chapter is based on human capital, and human capital is the most important factor of production. And the student, this chapter we will cover in 4 lecture, and let's start. Today we will discuss some topic. First topic is introduction. Firstly we give introduction of this chapter, second economy activity, second third non-economy activity, and last classification of economic activity. And let's start. Introduction first. Here's some factor of production, and 4 factor of production. And first, land include uh, uh, natural resources such as plant, water, soil, etc. The labor includes skilled labor and unskilled labor. Physical capital includes working capital and fixed capital, and human capital. And human capital is the stock of skill and productive knowledge. With the help of knowledge, skill, and medical facility, a population became a human capital. And the most important factor is human capital, because human capital is an active factor of production, and first 3 are passive factor of production, because land, physical capital, resources are secondary factor of production as they cannot become useful on their own. And the human capital is a primary factor at for production, as it can make use of land and physical capital, and with the help of their skill, ability, human can convert any resource into useful form with the help of technology and with the help of factors. So human capital is the most important factor of production, and people as an assets for the economy, rather than a liability. Population become human capital when there is investment made in the form of education, training, and medical care. Student, people as resource. People means working population, and it include those person above 15 years and below 59 years is included in working population. And working population as an assets for the economy, and the working population enhance the national economy, and working population as an assets for the economy, because people and the resources means anything that we can use to satisfy our needs is called resources, and people are important resources for economy. And for many decades in India, a large population has been considered a liability, because only the problem of providing the population with food, education, and providing health facilities such as, so, and rather than an asset. But a large population should not be a burden for the economy. Actually, population means people, and people should be resourceful for the country. Like other resources, population is also a resource and human resource. And people as resources is a way of referring to a country working people in terms of their existing productive skill and ability. And people have skill and ability, then they convert into into assets, liability to assets. Okay. And students, you are also assets for the economy, because you are the future for our economy. And next, population. If we provide education, medical facility, training to the working population, then working population convert into human capital. Population, it include working population, education, provide basic education, medical facility, and training, such as vocational course and any kind of training, then population became human capital. And if it is called human capital formation and adds to the productive power of the country, and it is called physical capital formation. And MP population become human capital when there is investment. There is investment means to make profit for future, and there is a investment made in the form of education, medical care, and training. A better trained and a more educated person earn more because of higher productivity. And in fact, human capital is in one way superior to other resources like land and physical capital. Human resources can make use of land and capital. Okay, student. And the healthy person and educated person increase the efficiency of a worker and increase the learning capacity of a worker. And an educated and healthy person enhance the national income and enhance the standard living. Okay, student. So it is called human capital. And story of Skull and Vilas, and how can human resource turn into human capital through education, skill, and ability. And first we see story of Skull and Vilas. And Skull and Vilas lived in a same village, and Skull father did work at agriculture land. Well, father had agriculture land, but Vilas father was a fisherman. And Skull went to school because his father wanted him to study, and Skull was physically strong and healthy. But Vilas did not go to school and was a patient of arthritis. And Skull found a job in a farm after schooling, but Vilas was not interested in studies and continued with the same work as his mother, and henceforth earned the same salary of unskilled laborer as his mother, while Skull earned a good income because of several years of education. A Skull was educated, healthy, works in private company, earned more income because his father invested money in his education and in his health. And so after complete his schooling, Skull get good job and earn more income. But Vilas was uneducated, unhealthy, and earned low income. So investment of people, especially in the fields of education and healthy, can give high rates of return in future. And these people have made efficient use of other resources like land and capital. So we can invest in education, and health facility. And the student country like Japan have invested a lot of money in human resources. They do not have rich natural resources, but they are called developed nation because they because they invested lots of money in education, health facilities such as. And these people have made efficient use of other resources like land and capital. Okay, student. And next, student, educated person and educated parents formed virtuous cycle because they invest in education and health, because they know about the value of education, and they are aware for education of their children, because they have realized the importance of education for themselves, and they are also conscious about their health. And educated parents form virtuous cycle means good cycle means a moral cycle formed by educated parents for the society. And the uneducated parents create a vicious cycle, means dangerous cycle created by uneducated parents, because they are uneducated, they are unhygienic, and they are unaware about study and about health for their children. So educated parents form virtuous cycle, any moral cycle, good cycle for the society, and uneducated parents created a dangerous cycle, any bad cycle for the society. And we invest in human capital, why education and medical care can give high return in the future. And human capital is the stock of skill and productive knowledge existing in human being. And population become human capital when it's provided with better education, training, and healthcare facility. Okay, student. If we if we can form virtuous cycle, then we can, if we can invest in education and health, and we remove the vicious cycle from our society. And next, economic activity. All people engage in different activity, and some activity are called economy activity and some called non-economy activity. And economy activities such as economy activity are those activities which are done for monetary gains or to satisfy his and her wants. And student, economy activity are those activities which are done for earning money, for monetary gain or satisfy our needs in terms of money. And economic activity leads to an increase in the personal income, and it contribute to the flow of good and service in the economy, and it add value to the national income. Economic activity enhance the national income, such as teaching, doctor, shopkeeping. And the doctor cures the patient and makes them able to do work, and the teacher enables the people to read, write, and understand, and these enable them to work in different fields. An engineer formulates human capital by making roads, bridge, and building. And shopkeeper also provides service to their customer. So it is called economic activity. Next, non-activity do not increase the contribute to the flow of good and service in economy and do not add in national income. Means non-economic activity involves such as donation, such as charity work, and provide education to poor children, etc. And it it does not increase the contribute on the flow of good and service. And these activity are not based on monetary form. It is based only for social service, and it is include charity, donation, and it's these do not add any value to the national income, and national non-economic activity do not increase the personal income of the individual. And the sector of Indian economy primary activity include three sector of Indian economy. First is primary sector and is called primary activity. It include all those connected with extraction and production of natural resources. Natural resources such as water, plants, crops, coal, etc. And it include all those connected and extraction and production of natural resources. Okay, and it includes such as agriculture, forestry, fishing, mining, horticulture, and it is a primary activity based on natural resources. And we in this activity we use only natural resources, and with the help of natural resources we can earn money. So it is called primary activity, and in India 60% people depends on primary activity. Next, secondary activity includes industries where raw material is converted into finished goods with the help of machinery and labors. When we get raw material from primary sector, then in secondary sector include industries, and here A raw material converted into finished goods with the help of machinery and labor. Example, baking of bread means flour change into bread means baking of bread, and the cotton, the process of weaving convert into clothes. So it is called secondary sector. And the tertiary sector involve the provision of services. It provided service to the first and second sector. It it does not produce any goods, but it provide service to the first and second sector, such as trade. With the help of trade, transfer, communication, produce goods produced, and they transport with the help of tertiary sector. And it tertiary sector include trade, transport, communication, banking, education, health, and insurance. It's provide only service to the person. And it it is the backbone of our Indian economy. And the types of economy activity, students, economy activity have two types. First is market activity and second is non market activity. Market activity involve such as when some production or services are provided to be sold in the market. Means when some production are done for the earning profit and to be sold in the market is called market activity, and is consider production of good and service, and it including good government service, and its main purpose to earn money for selling goods in the market. And non market activity, when some production and service are produced for self consumption, and if a farmer produce grains to satisfy our needs, his family needs, is called non-market activity. And a non-farm activity based on self-consumption, when production is for only self-consumption, is called non-market activity. Okay, student. And the next, works performed by men and women. Due to historical and cultural reason, there is a division of labor between man and woman in the family. Women look after domestic work such as washing, clothing, cooking, etc., and look after her children. And women and the men earn money for their family, and the men are paid for their work and valued of work, and add menu, and the men income add in the national income. So, and women works are not recognized, and women work devalued, and because they are unskilled, because they are unskilled because and they are unskilled, no job security, and the low income, because their work are no valued, and low income, absence of basic facilities. So women work are not recognized by the society, and there is no facility such as maternity leave, child care, and other social security system. So women works are not recognized in the society. And student, today your homework is define people as resources. Second, mention any three factors which lead to human capital formation. Question third, which four example of tertiary sector. And question number fourth, which Asian country invested their most part of resources on population. Thank you, student.